Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday. It is day 7 of the Fall Fiesta Winer Wellness Week. Day 7. Wow. You know, it's been a long week, but it's also flown by, a little bit of both. And we're here, we're open. It's early Saturday morning. This is the kickoff. And I think we got a few surprises for you today, too. So yesterday, let's recap a little bit. We gave you a big surprise yesterday, didn't we? Thanks to Phil, his great suggestion on the board over there. Super Phil.
Yo.
There he is. He said, why don't we run one of Dr. Weiner's classics? And we did, and it was great. I don't even know how many. Do you know how many views it got, Phil?
That one?
Yeah.
A decent amount.
Good amount? Yeah, I'm sure people were happy to see the doc again. We brought him back. But yeah, then Mike Gallagher, of course, you know, the expert on products and ingredients. Wow, did he give an amazing dissertation on SPM. If you missed it, you got to go back and watch it. Now, you know, we've been talking about SPM for weeks now. But we didn't, you know, we talk about it on the application and the practical side, you know, make sure everybody knows if they should use it, what they should use it for. But of course, Mike always takes it to the next level, gets into the science, really breaks it down. And if you need to understand this ingredient, this specialized pro-resolving mediator, please go back and watch Mike Gallagher's presentation from yesterday at 10 a.m. SPM, what is it? How can it help you? And it does help, folks. This is one of our fastest moving new products, I think, of all time. You know, we've introduced new formulations over the years, and some of them move really good and really well, and some, you know, take some time to take off. This is the fastest moving new formulation that I've ever seen. And I guess it's because it gets results so quickly. I'm a testimony to it. Many people here have used it and gotten great results on joint mobility, on systemic inflammation and pain. It's just incredible. So take a look, SPM. And then at 11 yesterday, Dr. Orbach never disappoints. He was up here doing a little bit of everything. And he even added a few new wrinkles in this time. So that was a great, fun workshop with Dr. O, home workstations. And I kidded yesterday because when I came out to do the roundtable and Doc stuck around to do the roundtable with me, you know, I'm sitting next to him and I found myself adjusting my posture, you know, every couple seconds to make sure I wasn't slouching when I'm sitting next to the doc, you know, but it was fun. We had a lot of fun with the roundtable yesterday. My doctor said, you know, we took some structural things, you know, we took some internal things. Doc and I kind of went back and forth on that, but we had a lot of fun. In fact, I think we're going to make that a common theme for at least one of the roundtables moving forward. Because what we want to do is have people bring in or even, you know, call in, send in their favorite "my doctor said" comments, you know, because there's a lot of them and we get them in here all the time. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Now today, we have Jeff Nisnik at 9 o'clock. Jeff is our applied kinesiologist. Jeff is an energy practitioner. He's the best I've ever seen. He's the most thorough I've ever seen. He can do it in a matter of minutes on something specific for you, test your body, have your body tell you what is going on. Or if you want a full-blown appointment with Jeff, it takes an hour, 1 full hour. There's no skimping, folks. With Jeff, the first appointment with him is a full hour. And this is how hard this guy works. So he's at 9. But his talk today at 9 is very specific. It's about obesogens. You don't want to miss that. Okay, you don't want to miss that because these are hidden chemicals in our food and our environment. Hidden chemicals. I say hidden, yeah, they may be on the list. They may be on the ingredient list, but they're hidden deep down in there. Nobody reads them. Jamie does his presentation on reading labels. You know, if you start to get that finally, you'll start to look at these labels and you'll start to, with Jeff's help, and he outlines it. He names them. He names names. You'll know what these obesogens are. You gotta avoid them in your diet and lifestyle. And by all means, you gotta do it for your kids. Okay, so tune in at 9 o'clock, obesogens, food toxicity with Jeff Nisnik. And then at 10, Anne-Marie Battis. And Anne-Marie, of course, essential oil expert. So that'll be our second essential oil presentation of the week. But she's going to do, now, yesterday, Dr. O did a little bit of his workshop on tapping, okay? Tapping specific points while you're either breathing or thinking of something on the body. Tapping is an actual art. Now, what Anne-Marie is going to do is she's going to apply tapping to essential oils. So this takes it to a new level. I love how these things kind of just work off each other, complement each other all the time. So that's at 10. And then I guess at 11, if Tracy can get her watch adjusted for Chicago time, she's going to join us at 11 live from Trinity Health Freedom Expo. So this is your wake-up call, Tracy. Get your watch adjusted. You're an hour behind us, so your time, it'll be 10 o'clock. Okay, at 10 o'clock, Trace, you join us and bring us what's going on at Trinity. You know, there's got to be a lot of things going on there that are vital and apparent to what we're doing here. Trinity Health Expo has turned out, well, Trinity Health has turned out so many great natural health practitioners. Of course, Tracy Straub herself. Of course, Robert Scott Bell is a member of Trinity. And our own Candace Corcoran also is a graduate of Trinity. And Candace is there with Tracy. So they'll be browsing the seminar and probably the exhibit area and talking to some of the great speakers. So it's going to be a live cam from Trinity Expo at 11. So that should be fun. Tune in for that. And then, well, we finished the whole thing off at 12 o'clock, folks. We're going to do a live Allego scan. I'm still waiting for my volunteer. We'll see who that's going to be, but we're going to do a live Allego scan. And we'll get it worked out ahead of time. Phil will be able to have that on the screen, right? If I use my laptop and the test results, right? Okay. So all the test results will be right up on the screen so that you guys can see what an Allego scan actually does live and in color. And we'll go through the whole test, break it down, and show you how valuable this test is. Because, you know, for so long now, for years now, we've been talking about the effect of toxicity and nutrient deficiency on disease. The effect of it. Is it a causation? Does it make it worse? Does it complicate? Of course it does. But, you know, nobody looks towards toxicity and deficiencies for causation. Probably because they don't look for causation. Probably because they're only looking for a cure. And how you can find a cure without knowing the cause has always just baffled me. So I don't know. I'm looking at logic, folks. I'm trying to invoke logic when it comes to healthcare. Then again, most of what we experience out there is sick care, which is symptom management, disease management. You know, I used that term the other day with Dr. Young. Yeah, when Dr. Young was on, Dr. Robert Young, we were talking about this very issue. And I said, yeah, we have too many disease managers instead of medical doctors. So you take the MD and you reverse it to a DM, and they're disease managers. And he just loved that. So he's going to steal one of mine for a change. Okay, I'm usually the one stealing these little, phrases and acronyms and things, but I think I got him to take one of mine. So that is at 12. We're going to do toxicity and deficiency right from the Oligo scan, folks. And this is something that's really gaining in popularity here. Over the last month, we've done over a dozen of them, and we just brought this in. So people are hearing about it. They're hearing about it on the radio. They're hearing about it here live. They're seeing it. And, people are coming in on the spot and saying, can I have an Oligo scan? And we say, absolutely. So the schedule's not full. You can come in today. If you want to come in today and get an Oligo scan done, you can. Now, we also have today Ashley Rossi. She'll be here today doing Zyto scans. And but I believe she's only doing them from 1 to 4 today. Right? 1 to 4, yeah. Phil? Okay. So she's at 1 to 4 doing her Zyto scans. She's booked solid? Okay. Maybe towards 3. She might have 1 or 2 openings around 3 o'clock, but for the most part, she's booked. So if you want a Zyto scan, if you want to get in on the free Zyto scan today, the free 15, 20-minute version of it, better do it soon. Give us a call. 412-922-9355. Get in on that schedule. But the Oligo scan's open. So you can come in. They're not free though, folks. I'm sorry. The only one that's free is at 12. And somebody can volunteer for that free Oligo scan today. And the only thing is you got to agree to us putting it up on the screen for the world to see. But it's good point, Phil. If you want an Oligo scan, you must know your blood type. I had somebody, unfortunately, the other day that had it scheduled, did not know their blood type. But you must know your blood type to do an Oligo scan. That is one of the things that we cannot waver on. If you want to lie a little bit about your weight or about your age, I don't advise it. It will skew the numbers. So don't lie. Here's what we get. Here's the information on the Oligo scan. All we need is blood type, year of birth, gender. And I'm sorry, you only get 2 choices. The machine won't accept any others. Weight and height. That's it. That's all I need to know. Okay. But those are factors that weigh in. Okay. Those factors weigh in on tissue density. You can see that, right? You can see how height, weight, blood type, how you process nutrients, your age, tissue destruction over the years, right? Free radical damage over the years. So age, height, weight, blood type, we've got to know those things to get an accurate reading. And folks, you don't want to pay $99 and not get an accurate reading. Okay, so it doesn't pay to lie. So those are the things you got to have. But I'll tell you what, it's really unveiling a lot of things. And with a lot of people, it validates things that are going on in their life. And they see a validation. And many times that's more important because they already know what they're battling. They don't understand why. And this validates it. So some of the mineral densities that we see, the deficiencies in minerals, explain a lot of things. One of the most common that we're seeing is phosphorus. Now, a phosphorus deficiency, what's that going to do? Well, in addition to calcium and magnesium, maybe the single most important neglected mineral for bone health is phosphorus. And many people neglect that. We have a great product here from Standard Process called PhosFood. And I got to tell you, many people that have done the Oligo scan walk out of here with a bottle of PhosFood from Standard Process because they're deficient in phosphorus. And I'll tell you another thing. That was part of Dr. Weiner's protocol for kidney stones, which are calcium buildup in the body. Okay. But you need the phosphorus to break it up. So Dr. Weiner used phosphate extensively. Okay. Anyway, that's one. Another one is chromium. We see big time deficiencies. We've seen a lot of zinc deficiencies, which is very pertinent to what's going on. Now, I've seen some reports come back where the zinc is very strong, and that's good. That means they've been listening. That means they've been following all of our advice throughout this last year and a half. So chromium, let's get back to that for a second. Vital for blood sugar regulation, because without chromium, insulin cannot drive glucose into the cell. So you could be taking everything you should be taking. If you're not taking chromium and you're deficient in it, that's the missing piece of the puzzle. This is what the Oligo scan uncovers. And then we get to the toxins. Boy, we see, the number one, the king is still mercury. Across the board, it's still mercury. But believe it or not, I've seen some tests come through where the mercury was not in the red. Okay, that was a nice thing to see, but I still see it far too many times. The usual suspects, aluminum and silver, usually up there, sometimes cadmium. And I'll tell you another one that we look at, and that's gadolinium. May never have heard of it, but you know what it is? It's the toxin that's used in MRIs. So if I see that high on somebody, I say, have you had an MRI? And they say, yes. I said, well, here's what it's doing to you. Here's what it has done to you. Here's the heavy metal that's still in your body. That's just the beginning, folks, of the Oligo scan, because besides that, it gives us so many different markers and guidelines for health and lifestyle. So that's a 12, a live Oligo scan. Not sure who yet. I'm offering it out there. Anybody that wants it, they get a free Oligo scan. You just got to agree to putting it up on the screen. And if we don't get any volunteers, then I'll force one of our employees to do it. But I'm sure somebody will volunteer. Hey, we may even get, maybe we can get Ashley in here early and do it on her, on Ashley Rossi. That'd be fun. Okay, so that's the lineup for today, folks. That rounds it off at 12 o'clock. We got Jeff Nisnik coming up. I want to thank everybody. What a great week. The crowd's been great. The phones have been ringing off the hook. People are still ordering, but a lot of people are coming in. And it's just been an action-packed week here all the way around. The staff's been fantastic. Everybody's stepping up. Nobody's slacking. And, Phil, he's had a rough week over there on the board, but he can handle it. He can handle it. He's Super Phil. Yeah, Robert Scott Bell has Super Dawn. We have Super Phil over here. So that's going to round up the week. We will be back with you in 10 minutes with Mr. Jeff Nisnik. Yes, the energy response technician extraordinaire. And he's going to tell you about obesogens. So stay tuned for that. Once again, thanks, everybody. This is the Fall Fiesta, the Weiner Wellness Week. We're in day 7. We're rounding it all up. Come on down. We're still here. The food truck's here from 9 to 4 today. They got a full day today. If you're hungry, come on down and have lunch on us. We still have the juicer going with the Pro Colors and the samples. Everything's out. Hope to see you. And we'll be back at 9 o'clock.